And bro, I've seen South Africa, and I've seen like how beautiful it is, like especially the natural beauty there, and the weather, and some of the areas are so nice, dude. Like I would prefer some of the parts in South Africa over Dubai because of just how it feels like.
Yeah, it still feels like I'm living in a simulation, bro. Just seeing buildings on buildings on buildings,
right?
And just sand, bro. Like you said, I mean, coming from South Africa, we have a lot of natural beauty, similar to Pakistan, bro. Mountains, beaches, all that kind of stuff, you know. So coming here, it felt like I was living in a video game, bro. Like I was living in GTA, to be quite honest with you. I just saw buildings on buildings on buildings, and so many people. Or he's crazy, maybe he's on drugs or something and he just wants to do something crazy. So you'll basically be driving, they call it smash and grab. You'll get to the robot, bro, and they will like throw something at your window or hit your window with a spark plug because then it shatters. I think growing up, it has progressed, definitely. I mean, we've also had a house robbery, something so plain. Stole a TV, stole my golf clubs, stole a laptop.
TV.
Yeah, whole TV, bro. It's crazy. Where my grandfather lived in Portugal, bro, like yes, there's supermarkets and whatever you need from there you can go get. But majority of the stuff, like he would plant his own onions, strawberries, lettuce, millies, all that kind of stuff. You obviously know the background of South Africa. We went through like apartheid and stuff like that. So quite a hectic time, but the way we've progressed as a country as well, it's amazing. You know what I mean? We definitely...
The Infinite Perspective Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast. I'm your host, Hamad Mustafa. This is the Infinite Perspective Podcast. Today, I've got a very special guest. This guy's a fellow Gen Z, Adriano Borges, aka AB. This guy's a young real estate agent at age. He's only 24 years old, and we're gonna talk about a lot of cool stuff right now. So, without further ado, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Man, Hamad, good on you, my brother. How's things been? All right?
Yeah, all good, man. Awesome. So I want to first of all start off the conversation with you're from South Africa and you're of Portuguese ethnical background.
Correct.
So I want to first of all talk about, like, let's say if your life was a book, right? We've got a book, AB, The Journey, all right? What would the summary, the first page about your life, the summary, like everything condenses to just one page, what would that be?
Bro, I think I'll keep it just plain and simple, and I'll keep it to an absolute roller coaster, bro. It's been, I've been at the highs of highs, and I've also been at the lows of lows.
Right.
You know what I mean? Again, I think I consider myself a different individual to others. You know what I mean? I think since a young age, I've always known that as well. So, yeah, just an absolute roller coaster, bro. I mean, some people obviously have a more, how could I say, subtle lifestyle, keeping it cool, calm, and collected. But I've always been that guy to try, push limits, take things out of the box, try this, try that.
Right.
So, yeah, just bring it back to absolutely crazy, bro, and a roller coaster, to be quite honest.
I see.
Yeah.
So how was your life up to this point in South Africa before you moved to Dubai?
Yes, bro. So basically, again, roller coaster, bro. I mean, I started out in Johannesburg. That's where I did my schooling. Majority of my life was spent in Johannesburg. Towards the end, just before I came to Dubai, I moved to Cape Town. But yeah, Johannesburg, bro, crazy place. Lovely city, actually. It has its pros and its cons, as we know. But yeah, basically, I would say considered myself, grew up quite privileged in a way. I would say middle class, if you want to identify it as that. Both my parents are working parents. I have a brother as well, still have him. Shout out to Gio. But yeah, just kept it cool, kept it normal. I started at we called it like a co-ed school with like boys and girls.
Right.
Did that all the way up until grade 8. I'm not too sure how the schooling system works in Dubai. And then from grade 8 to like 12, the final year, I went to all boys school. So also learned a lot of like discipline, respect, I could say mannerism if you want to put it that way, at that school. So yeah, shout out to St. Benedict's as well. They did really help me there. And yeah, bro, that's what I could say about Johannesburg. Then I moved down to at the age of 21. I left my house actually. So my parents, look, I'm out. Moved down to Cape Town. I started hustling there.
Was that like out of the desire to hustle, or was that like?
Yeah, bro. I just felt like I was compacted or stuck in Johannesburg, bro. Like a lot
comfort zone.
Yeah, in my comfort zone basically, and just doing the same repetitive thing. You know what I mean? Seeing the same people, doing the same thing. There's only a certain amount of places you can go in Johannesburg as well. I mean, obviously now, yes, they've expanded and there's a few places. But at that time, I think I was just constricted, you know what I mean? So I wanted something different, bro, as well as Johannesburg's more city life. There's absolutely no beaches or anything. There's a river, we call it. But coming down to Cape Town, I would think it as a little bit more chilled, beach, laid back. So two completely different cities, and a lot of different personalities as well. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. You know, I have this habit of watching, like, because we have the internet. People don't realize how powerful this is. I watch like street views of people taking a GoPro and walking in different cities. And bro, I've seen South Africa, and I've seen like how beautiful it is, like especially the natural beauty there, and you know, the weather, and some of the areas are so freaking nice, dude. Like, I would prefer some of the parts in South Africa over Dubai because of just how it feels like. Which kind of leads me up to the next question: is when you came to Dubai, like, what was, I don't want to say culture shock, but I want to say like the shocks that you got. And like, it can be a good shock or it can be a bad, like something that caught you off guard about how life was here versus there.
Bro, for me, it was like, I felt like I was living, it still feels like I'm living in a simulation, bro. Just seeing buildings on buildings on buildings.
Right.
And just sand, bro. Like you said, I mean, coming from South Africa, we have a lot of natural beauty. Similar to Pakistan, bro. Mountains, beaches, all that kind of stuff, you know. So coming here, it felt like I was living in a video game, bro. Like I was living in GTA, to be quite honest with you. I just saw buildings on buildings on buildings. And so many people. I mean, because not only was I in Cape Town, I was in a city called Port Elizabeth as well, doing some work there at a stage of my life. And it's a more quiet, toned down city. It is booming now, getting, you know, on its legs. But at the time I was there, bro, I mean, like hardly any cars on the road, hardly any people, you know. And coming to Dubai, bro, seeing so many people, so many buildings, I was like, damn, you know, this is. I felt like I was living under a rock back home. You know what I mean?
Bro, I would assume that South Africa to me comes off as like a densely packed country. Is that like not the case?
I would say like Johannesburg and Cape Town, Durban, those are your three like main hubs where you would find a lot of people. Obviously, if you go central, like coming to like downtown Business Bay, we've got areas like in Johannesburg, Sandton, Bedford View, I would actually consider, where you have quite a few people, all from different backgrounds, different ethnicities. That word. Sorry. So and like I said, the main city hub, like again Johannesburg, that's where I think our biggest population in South Africa is. Johannesburg, definitely.
So like South Africans, from what I know, they're white people, there's black people, there's Indians, and then there's Portuguese. Right.
No, so basically, there was and still is a big Portuguese community, but basically it's white people, black people, Indian people, and colored people. So colored people, right. You know, being either having a parent who's white and a parent who's black, and then they obviously mix, and then it becomes, you know, a colored.
That makes sense.
Those are like the main three, if you could put it that way. You obviously know the background of South Africa. We went through like apartheid and stuff like that. So quite a hectic time, but the way we've progressed as a country as well, it's amazing. You know what I mean? We definitely moving forward, and it's a lot of Europeans, a lot of people from America coming through to South Africa, bro. Spending quite a bit of money there as well. You know what I mean? Because like coming back to real estate or coming into real estate, especially Cape Town, bro, you're getting some high ticket properties there.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously you're living right on the beach, right near to the city. So
but bro, from what I've seen, I think you get really good value of money in South Africa, like property wise. Like I've seen some amazing properties, like beachfront villas, for like a really good price.
Bro, I mean, I was actually having the discussion with my team, obviously, and a lot of the agents and even clients that I deal with here. I mean, what you're getting for 2 million dirham here is a little townhouse, you know, 1,900, 2,000 square feet. I mean, back home you can find something that's close to like 5,000 all the way up to 12,000 square feet, bro. You know what I mean? Absolutely crazy. 5-bedroom, cinema room, large pool, big plot of land, you know, and then again, just location-wise as well, close to the beach and stuff like that.
Bro, I don't want to be like wrong, but I've heard that for Iron Man 3, Tony Stark's mansion, like the huge freaking place, they shot that in South Africa.
Right?
I
mean, I think it's Iman Ghazi, I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. I mean, he stayed there before. Absolutely crazy what you pay per night or per week there. But yeah, they literally call it the Iron Man house. And then yeah, if you want to relate to, also some like a lot of movies have been shot in South Africa, bro. I think Mission Impossible with Tom Cruise, that's been shot in Cape Town as well. I'm not sure on all of them, but I know one of them is Mission Impossible. And then the Iron Man house, bro, absolutely outstanding. I'm sure you've seen videos.
Bro, I've
and
seen
stuff
it.
like
It's
that. It's crazy,
freaking
bro.
insane. But I want to get to like the next point. So coming to Dubai, one of the things about Dubai is it's one of the safest places in the world, bro. I've lived here my whole life. I cannot recall ever seeing a crime like with my own eyes. But unfortunately, I mean, in a podcast like it's not always sunshines and rainbow, right? One of the challenges from what we see in the news about South Africa is the security situation. Yeah. How much of that do you see as like an average person every day living in South Africa?
Bro, it's crazy. I think it boils down to, you know, being at the right place at the right time. You know what I mean? I've seen some crazy stuff. I don't know if I can share on the podcast, but I've seen absolutely crazy stuff, bro. I've seen people get shot, bro. I've seen people get stabbed.
You've seen that, like
bro, like live in front of me. I don't know if it's because of the hustle I was doing as well. I was, like I said, didn't really do a lot of things right by the book and stuff, but just crazy stuff. And I mean, there, for example, like there's this thing called the Rolex gang, bro. They literally follow people once they've bought a Rolex, bro, and literally some people have lost their lives over a watch, or they just like rob you for your Rolex, you know what I mean? And then you get petty crimes, bro. Majority of it is like someone will maybe, bro, majority of the guns are also fake in a way. Sometimes you never know, you know. It's all about the situation, bro, and what's happening in the situation. If you're calm, cool, and collected, they won't harm you or anything, but they'll probably try to rob you for your watch, your ring, your belts, your phone, or something like that. A pickpocketing while you're walking, your phone's in your back pocket, they'll just take it out, something like that. But then you do get that elevation of crime, bro, like kidnappings and things like that. It all depends who you get involved with, where you are, what you're doing, you know what I mean? But again, it just boils down to petty crimes, pickpocketing you, or just taking, you know, something that has of value.
Would you say it's organized crime, or is it individuals mostly?
I think it's a bit of both, bro. Some of it, like the kidnappings and stuff, is definitely organized crime, following you, and I mean, they follow everything, bro, like your family, where your kids go to school.
So, like, they keep all that information.
Bro, yeah, they can tap you. I've heard stories of people getting their phones tapped, like identifying, like, where your children go to school, where you work, where your wife works, what car you drive, what time you're leaving home, what time you're getting home. That's more like the organized crime. And then again, if you find yourself at the wrong spot at the wrong time, bro, it's your time, you know what I mean? And then some of it is just some guy, bro, who maybe hasn't had a buck or something to eat, or he's crazy, maybe he's on drugs or something and he just wants to do something crazy. So you'll basically be driving, they call it smash and grab. You'll get to the robot, bro, and they will like throw something at your window or hit your window with a spark plug, because then it shatters. And then again, they'll just try to come inside, grab your phone, sunglasses, chain, whatever you have, you know what I mean? And then if you can drive away, you drive away. I don't really hear of hijackings anymore, or I've seen a hijacking as well, but normally we call it smash and grab. Like, that's the most famous one, or then pickpocketing, something like that, bro.
Bro, I saw this video of this van that's like, it belonged to a bank and they were carrying cash.
Yes,
I believe,
that's another big thing that's been happening in South Africa now. The heist, bro, money heist, bro. I mean, I've seen also a video. I've never seen that live, but I've seen a video where, like, on the highway, bro, five lane highway, bro, cars are going randomly. Boom, bro, just explosion, money truck blows up, 5 guys get out, guns, everything, bro. And I mean, the downfall is, bro, how it's organized is sometimes the police are involved, bro. I gotta be real with you. You know? Yeah, bro, 100%, you know, tip off here, tip off there. You know what I mean? It takes them 30 minutes to arrive at the scene. By that time, bro, the money's gone. You know what I mean? So, and it's crazy, bro. No one's gonna drive through that unless you're stupid or something, but dead still, bro, 5 lanes, and people are just in their cars watching, bro, you know what I mean, or taking videos. That's the main issue, I think, with society everywhere in this world today, is the power of the phone, bro. Phone comes out, videos, bro, bang, and then you see it, bro. It looks like GTA, like, honestly.
Oh, dude, that's insane.
Crazy.
So I saw this one video of that bank car driving, and there was like that guy seemed like a army veteran, retired, and he was driving the truck. And suddenly there was like this gang following them with like AK-47.
Where he shot back at them.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's actually a year off. I don't know his name, but shout out to him if he ever watches this. He's actually become famous because of that video, bro. Like, you see that he took the right precautions, you know what I mean? He was trained well. Some of these guys, they're not really trained. So when a situation happens like that, they don't know what to do. They panic. Whereas this guy kept it calm, cool, collected. he saw the guy next to him. He was actually panicking, the African man next to him. And he just, I don't know if you watched the whole thing. He bombarded through them, bro. He stopped. He did like some cool 360 turns and he just went crazy. But that is becoming something like money heists is becoming a big thing in South Africa. Kidnappings, I would say, those things are.
Dude, that's very unfortunate. I mean, so have you ever personally been mugged or been in a situation where you're like, okay, it's your life, or it's your belt or your ring or your phone or something like that?
Yeah, bro. I was in a case once. I can't remember where we were. Oh no, we were at the mall, bro, and I was with one of my very close friends, Francesco. Actually, I think he'll watch this, so shout out to him as well. A lot of shout outs on the show. But we were, I don't know what we were doing, or I can't remember, bro. We were kids, man, and basically, we were walking somewhere. I think we were going to go buy something. I'm not too sure, bro. Anyways, cut the story short. We knew like these 4 guys we met. We like sort of knew them, you know, in a way. And these 4 guys were like, no, we need to go meet this guy. So we all walked like outside of the mall and we went to go meet this guy. And this guy, at first, was a little bit dodgy. Like we got there. It was these 4 guys. It was me and my friend. And then this random guy, he also popped out of nowhere, bro. And he was wearing like slippers and he had like something covering his mouth here. And you could just see his eyes,
You
bro.
can tell it's sketchy.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, cool, bro. I had a little bit of nerves in my system, so I just kept it cool. I was wearing a puff, I'll never forget, bro. So I zipped it up and I was like, I think something's gonna happen. I just kept my hands in my pocket. Luckily for me, nothing got stolen from me at this time, but I think it was a crazy experience. I've had 2 experiences, I'll tell you the other one. And then he started like speaking in Afrikaans in his language, and the translation was like, you guys, you know, and then he was like, I don't want any noise, I don't want any scenes. And that's when I was like, no, something's going to happen, yeah, you know what I mean? And within a span of like 30 seconds, bro, he just flicks out this, what do you call this? Butterfly knife, bro. And he like stepped closer, bro. As soon as that knife came out, bro, I was like, I'm out of here, bro. I ran. I don't even think Usain Bolt would have caught me that night. Bro, I literally ran. I remember running past the KFC, bro. I was a kid at that time. I think I was like 13, because we used to go to the mall.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I ran, bro. I just ran and I heard whistling. That's because there's not like, sometimes it's not one guy, bro. Like they connected with a few other people. So I heard whistling. So I thought like guys were going to jump out and tackle me or something, bro. But by the grace of God, I just ran. I ran into the mall. I chilled for like 10, 20 minutes and I just called my mom to come pick me up and then I left. And another time, I was rolling around. I think we just finished playing squash or some sport. So basically my school was here, then we had to walk quite a while to get to the courts.
Right.
And we were walking back, I think it was a group of 2 or 3 of us. And again, this guy just came up to us, he pulled a knife on us, and it was like phones. And I think at that time I had a BlackBerry. So I just handed him my BlackBerry and then he let us go, bro. And that was it, yeah. Nothing very hectic. So yeah, nothing majorly like kidnappings and stuff like that.
Well, I'm glad, man. That doesn't seem like too serious, but I would assume that there's much worse that can potentially
happen. I can say stories of people that I know that have been in worse situations, you know what I mean? There was also one situation, I was a kid as well. I was with my mom, the smash and grab. We were at a park. We were actually going to my dad's business, driving to his business just to go see what's happening, say how's it to him. And again, it was like a car in front of us. And I think there was a second car. I can't really remember. It was quite a while ago. But we were like behind. So there was no way my mom could have gone left or right. You know what I mean? We were even hooting, bro, and no one helped us. And my mom even told me, be careful of this guy. Roll your window up. So my window was closed. And in South Africa, you drive on the right side like the UK. So my mom's window was literally open like that much, bro. Like just enough for this guy to put his hands in.
Oh.
And my mom was like, watch these guys. So one guy came to my window and another guy went to my mom's window. And basically he just like, again, he shook on the window like this and obviously broke it. And then eventually like put his hands in. And I thought he was trying to grab my mom or something. So I just literally closed my eyes and put my hand in front of my mom's face so he wouldn't hurt or anything. But I think he managed to grab her glasses and her watch. And then my mom would just kept blowing the hooter, bro, for like someone to help us or people to move. And then again, in the span of like 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes max, bro, gone. And they just literally walk away, bro. I'm sure I can show you some videos, and you've seen some videos. Like your car's parked, they will hijack you and they just walk away like nothing happened, bro. Like they're just walking. So dude, those were some crazy times, yeah.
But yeah, at least like everyone got out of that safe, you know.
I mean, the only damage was the car, obviously because it's a shattered window, but it didn't even shatter like the glass broke. It was like a wrap on the window, so it just rolled up. And then I think the fender to the window was kind of off the body of the car, so nothing crazy, but again, by the grace of God.
Was it always this bad? Like, has this gotten progressively worse since you grew up, or was it always like this?
Like my parents grew up, like my dad grew up and my mom in the time of apartheid, you know what I mean? Yeah. So obviously there was a separation. And if you did crime, you were handled in the correct manner if you did a crime. I think growing up, it has progressed, definitely. I mean, we've also had a house robbery, something so plain. Stole a TV, stole my golf clubs, stole a laptop.
TV?
Yeah, a whole TV, bro. It's crazy. We'll also touch a topic of the looting. But I think over time it definitely has progressed, bro. Like, it's gotten worse. Like I said, the hijackings, the kidnappings, the numbers just increase. You know what I mean?
Where do you see this going, like South Africa as a country going in the next, like, let's say 10 years or 20 years in terms of security, safety, and overall, like, good governance and stuff?
Yeah, look, I think government-wise, bro, we haven't had the best. I think we do need a change there. But still an underdeveloped country, bro. A lot of people don't even know what South Africa is or what it looks like, you know what I mean? But I mean, if the government can tighten up in a few aspects, then definitely major potential to grow. I mean, we have a lot of natural resources. That's what's great about us. Our gold, our diamonds, as well as like fruit and veg, fishing, that kind of stuff. So a lot of the stuff that you get overseas is actually shipped from South Africa.
Yeah.
So again, if the government can just tighten up on these things, which I think it will be difficult because it's gotten to a point where it's kind of out of control in a way. But if they could get a grip on it and tighten it up in some way, bro, major potential for the country.
Oh,
definitely,
no, absolutely.
Major potential for the country.
Absolutely. I can relate to that because I'm from Pakistan. You've probably seen photos of it. It's an extremely beautiful country, man.
Yeah.
There's so much potential. Like we have basically, you can say 5 provinces. We've got Balochistan, Sindh, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Punjab, that's where I'm from, and we have Kashmir. And like all of these, man, they have so much beauty. They've got so many resources. One of our provinces, Balochistan, has like 4 trillion worth of minerals and resources, right? It's all about tapping into that and having good governance and competency. The people, man, people have the youth. They have so much potential. It's all about putting them to work, right?
Yeah.
Because I think like what's one of the most productive countries in the world, right? It's Germany. It's like
Correct.
a very wealthy country. They're human beings. They've got the same arms, legs, eyes, brain, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's all about like how you put yourself to work, what kind of work you do.
And giving back to your people. I mean, those are like, for example, there was like I forgot what they call it now, bro, but there was a thing where like a lot of foreigners were coming in from like Zimbabwe, Malawi, and us as South Africans got upset. But I feel like, why did we get upset? These people came, they knew they had nothing, and they made it work. And now we as South Africans, xenophobia, bro. We got upset because they were coming and taking our jobs. But the jobs are there in the first place for us as South Africans, bro, to, take the opportunity and do what we need to do. Right. It was there for us first. Now, obviously, that these people came in and they're doing the job better than what South Africans could do. Now we get upset, and we have to resort to xenophobic attacks and stuff like that, which I don't think is fair. You know what I mean? But in a way, like if the government can start utilizing, the natural resources that we have and giving the youth an opportunity to just expand, bro. We have a lot of talent back home, you know what I mean? So,
all right, yeah. I've got a question for you. So let's say there's something wrong within a country, right? Like, I'll take Pakistan's example. There's a lot of things that are wrong with this, right? I love the country. It's a beautiful place, but there's a lot wrong with this. Would you say it's fair to say that it's the government's fault, or would you think it's fair to say it's the people's fault because they elected the government? They're the ones that are like essentially manage the government in proportion to the population is very small.
Yeah.
Would you say it's the government who's responsible or the people? With any
bro,
country?
I would go with okay, I'm gonna relate back to South Africa, but I'd say it's 50-50, bro, because like you said, they choose the government. So if they had to choose maybe a different government, maybe some things would change, and become better. And at the same time, I think Dubai, I don't know, but there's definitely internal corruption. You know what I mean? And that's also a big issue in South Africa, bro. Internal corruption within the government is just absolutely at a high. You know what I mean? People just taking and doing whatever they want because they've got that power. So in South Africa, I would say, 50-50. And then with the whole, I've only ever been to like Europe, a few countries like Portugal, France, coming to Dubai as well then. Again, I could also relate to the same thing. I think it's 50-50, bro. You know what I mean? We have to play our part so that they can play their part. And they have to play their part so that we can play our part. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think UAE as a whole is an example of a country where it was basically nothing, man. Nothing. It was known for fishing, for like pearl diving and stuff. You could never think of this region being prosperous. But it was a few amazing leaders, few people with
individuals,
a vision.
bro. Yeah.
Exactly. A few people with a vision that turned this desert into like highest, like per capita, like you could say skyscraper, and
Bro, crazy.
you know, like like we can literally control the weather here right now. Like that's the amount of power that people have. I would say it's just unbelievable. Just a few number of people can change the course of their entire civilization.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could take one individual or, again, like 4, 5, 6, however many you want, that have the same mindset or the same vision and the same goal, bro. And that's all you need to, I mean, look what they did with Dubai. Like you say, bro, perfect example. I mean, it was sand, fishing, diving, whatever it was. I don't really know the history of it. But now look at it, bro. I mean, people coming, we've got people that Benghazi building and stuff like that, just to show you the influence that it has had, you know, and the major attractiveness, if I could use that word, bro. Like,
of course.
The people that are coming here, bro. I think we have the most millionaires in the world coming to Dubai.
Inflows,
so it's crazy, bro.
Bro, I think
crazy.
One of the reasons why the UAE is so successful is because how easy it is to do things here. So if you want to register a business, dude, try that shit in Pakistan.
Try it back into, bro. You can't. That's what another thing I wanted to tap into, bro, is when you said when I moved here, what made me amazed, bro. Like that, we don't have 24-hour delivery there, bro, because of the crime rates. Like, if they see a guy driving his little bike around, a little Kareem guy at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., they're gonna rob him, bro. You know what I mean? They're gonna take the food, they'll take something from him, his phone or whatever.
Kareem.
So, yeah, bro. We don't have that kind of stuff, bro. Like 24-hour delivery, we don't have that. You know what I mean? So, and then the safety again, bro. Like it was just mind blowing how I could leave my phone on a table, go away for 10 minutes, come back, bro, and it's still there. Or, for example, the smallest thing, like I drive my car around and sometimes I leave my laptop bag on the front passenger seat in South Africa, bro. Every time you get into a car, whatever ethnicity you're from, they tell you, bro, put your bag under the seat or something, or like hide your bag, put in the boot or something like that, because again, they'll just come take that from you. You know what I mean? So that was one thing. The safety is absolutely crazy, and just how everything works, bro. You know what I mean? There's obviously another thing I wanted to tap into was like back in South Africa, I think there's a lot of competition, bro. Everyone's worried about what the next person's doing. Oh, you have that. Now I need to get this. Or I need to get better, bro. Whereas with Dubai, it's kind of like everyone wants to progress at the same time. You know what I mean? Obviously, you're going to have competition, but everyone's willing to help. Everyone's willing to, you know, reach out and do something for even the Kareem guys, bro. You know what I mean? Like back home, people have a little bit of attitude and they think they're on a pedestal in a way, if I could say, you know what I mean? So that's a downfall as well. If we could just change our way of thinking, we could definitely even be better than Dubai, personally, you know?
You know, that reminds me, the ruler of Dubai, he said something like unbelievably inspiring. He said, in Dubai, it doesn't matter if you're a lion or if you're a gazelle.
I love that quote.
When you wake up in the morning, it doesn't matter. The lion has to run and the gazelle, everyone has to run. It doesn't matter who you are. You just run. You chase your dream. You chase your goals. And I think that's, again, what matters. And coming back to what I said, everything is easier here, bro. My uncle has been trying to get his property registered in Pakistan, and it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years, bro. Like, bureaucracy over here, everything is so simple, straightforward. You just get... I'm not saying, like, no country in the world is perfect, but I think this is a near perfect model. Just... making governance simple, making shit simple.
Yeah, bro,
I feel like
literally.
our countries make stuff unnecessarily complicated.
And then we end up in a rattle, or we end up in somewhere, and then we once we get to that position, we're like, oh, how did we get here? But we got here because of the steps that we took to get here. You know what I mean? Like you say, I think like transferring properties and stuff like that, or getting your name in a property, it's so simple to do it here in Dubai. Whereas back home, I think also it takes long, bro. I don't know the exact amount, but I think it's like up to 6 months, bro, to transfer property or something. It's crazy, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, it's insane. And so coming back to that original thing where when you came to Dubai, what pushed you to get into real estate?
Bro, I actually had a friend that came before me. And at that time when I was in South Africa, I was working and stuff, but I was trying to see something different again, bro. I'm a mover, bro. You know what I mean? I always want to try something different. I always want to see what's out there. I always want to just, again, try something different. So then I had a homie that came, and he made some crazy numbers within his first 3 months, you know. But so that kind of also pushed me out towards here. Obviously, with the exchange rate, you know, it's like 5 to 1. So going back home, it's quite nice, you know.
Yeah.
We got those dirhams, bro. It's
I can
quite
relate.
nice. So yeah, but yeah, he was kind of an influence for me, bro. You know, how he was living and stuff like that. But then when I got here, I was like, okay, yes, there could be that luck, you know, that strike of luck where you could land a big deal or something. But other than that, you got to put in the work. You know what I mean? You got to get out there. You got to do what you need to do. I feel like now at the moment the market is quite saturated. It's quite easy to become a broker, and some of the things these brokers are saying in the market today, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, someone put a story the other day on Instagram, and the agent was supposedly promising 99% ROI. I'm like, you know, what is this, bro? You know what I mean? You're dealing with people that are, where regardless if he has 100 million dirham or if he has 1 million dirham, bro, you got to be honest with him. You got to provide him a service, bro. You've got to execute on what you say. You know what I mean? You can't just talk. You got to talk and walk the walk as well. You know what I mean? And out here, I think if you have that customer service or client service, bro, you will find yourself in a good position later on in life. You know?
No, absolutely, man. I feel like when people lie about stuff, you're gonna have to lie even more to cover that up.
And you're lying to yourself at the end of the day, bro. You know, I mean, let's all be honest. We've all said a little white lie now and then. You know what I mean? But I mean, at the end of, like, for me, I'm like, if I lie, I'm also gonna lie to myself. So there's no use, bro. I'd rather tell the clients exactly what is your requirements. I need A, B, C, and I'll go and try get A, B, C. If I can't get A, B, C, I'll say, okay, I've got A, B, but I don't have C. You know, or I've got B, C, but I don't have A. And I'm direct, you know. I tell my clients, this is what you asked me to find you. I've got it. And then the decision lies with them. It's either you want to take it or you don't want to take it. You know what I mean?
If you don't mind sharing, what's been your most memorable deal?
I think it's actually the most recent one that I did now, bro. A lot of my deals have been with other agents and stuff like that, so having to split. But I think it was the one that I recently did now, bro. Direct buyer, direct seller. I actually called the seller up in one day. He told me his price. I was actually like, no ways, I can do this. You know what? I met him that same evening, bro. I actually had the MOU fall apart with the one buyer, and then by the grace of God, this lady came through, and she liked it, bro, immediately there and then. And I didn't even have a car, bro, to go. And at that time, I had to give my rental car back. There was an issue with the car. So I feel like it's quite embarrassing, but it's all right, you know. I had to go in my buyer's car to, like, show her around the community, you know what I mean? And I did that, bro.
I've done that too.
And I was open with her. I was like, look, this is my situation. If you don't mind, I don't mind walking or getting a cab. And she was like, no, come with me, because I needed to show her the property and then show her the show villa. And we, like, went up and down, bro, twice, thrice. Again, bro, I met her in the evening. I met her early in the morning, bro, and that is why I think that also plays a role in the deal, bro. You know what I mean? The client can see, you know, this agency's going above and beyond and putting in the extra hours, you know. So yeah, I think that one for me was a good one. And then I had another one. My grandfather passed away in May, so just before I left his house in Portugal, I told myself that I'm gonna do one. You know what I mean? And then I closed on the 15th of June, so that one was dedicated to him. And yeah, those two for me, I think, were my most memorable.
That's amazing, bro. How does your family react, you know, their son in Dubai closing deals, selling apartments and skyscrapers and stuff? How does the family?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was more for my mom, like a big shock. She was like, well, my whole family were very family orientated, you know, coming from Portuguese background. I think it's the same for Pakistanis. You guys, you know, have big families and stuff like that. So they're loving it. Obviously, they miss me. You know, my mom's always like, I miss you. My dad as well. You know, I've actually built a nice relationship with my father over the years. You know, obviously being younger, it was a bit tough because he was always working and stuff like that. But now, as I'm getting older, I've built more of a friendship with him. You know what I mean? Like when I go home, I can kick it back with him on the golf course. You know, have a beer or two and chat as if he's my friend. You know, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that's how it's
and
supposed to be.
so yeah, they're loving it, bro. They support me always. They're my motivation. You know what I mean? Everything I do, as much as it's for myself, it's also for them. Like I said, I've had both ends of the stick. So like in 2016, my life took a bit of a turn in the financial aspect, you could say. And they're just my motivation, bro. So
oh man, that's amazing. And looking at it from the other side, like if you in real estate, you're essentially self-employed, right? You're working for yourself. There's no salary in most cases, and if you don't close, then you're screwed. But it's on us essentially, like because you're not you're self-employed essentially, right? The company gives you the tools and everything, but like it's so coming back to that, you could say in a way that you are essentially an entrepreneur, right? You're not working for a fixed wage. Now, let's say we look at a alternate reality where you got a job and you were on a salary, etc. What do you think of like the current day education system globally? I'm not going to name one specific country. I don't have like a degree necessarily, right? But I've got a couple of businesses going, and my friends, a lot of them are like, everything that we've learned in school, we now have to learn the skills that you learned when we were in school to catch up. Yeah. So what they're saying basically is the degrees are everything that they learn is essentially useless, most of that stuff. What do you think about like the education system at the moment?
Bro, I think it depends again on like the field you go into.
Yeah, true.
You know, like if you're becoming a doctor or something like to do with pharmacy or vets, you know, I think you got to know a little bit of knowledge, you know, but the majority of the people, like, I was straight up with my parents, bro. I told them directly, look, I finished school. That was one thing they asked me to do, which I think is essential. Because school, not just about education, bro, like it also teaches you how to deal with people and different type of people and stuff like that, and builds you up and builds your character as well as a person. So again, I think it boils down to what path you want to go in afterwards. But majority of like the people I knew and I know, bro, like, and even some of the millionaires out there in the world, bro, some of them don't even have a degree behind them as well, you know. So I think personally, bro, it's about like again boiling down to what you put in, you know, the work that you put in, and the choice, the path you want to take. Again, like I said, coming back, I told my parents directly, like I got a slight degree behind me, but it wasn't like something major, bro. You know what I mean? And then eventually it was during COVID as well, and I told them, look, I'm wasting your money. You know, this is not for me. I've learned more in the streets. Not doing, like, I'm not talking about streets like gangster or something, but talking like to different people and meeting different people in the streets, bro, just grasping knowledge from them and understanding their background and you know where they came from. So again, I think like I said, it just depends on which path you decide. Like if you want to be a doctor, I think you're gonna have to have the knowledge behind you, you know. Yeah. So,
but if you look at like the general 9-to-5 job, like you're gonna be in an office, being an assistant or et cetera. Those are, everything is good, by the way. I really disagree with like this. A lot of people who sell courses are like, if you work a 9-to-5, then you're lame, you're you're wasting your life. But I disagree with that because I feel like the world economy cannot function without people working 9-to-5, right?
Yeah. And again, you decide what you want to do, bro. You know what? And it's all about your personal situation. Sometimes you have to work that 9-to-5. You know what I mean? Like, I've been in situations where I had to work for salary, bro. I had no income coming in, so I needed that salary. But now that I'm slowly doing this, the real estate and with the commission, bro, it is tough. It is very tough, you know, especially if you don't have something behind you or savings behind you, which was the case for me. But I just kept my head down and I kept going, you know. But I don't like now, I think my perspective has completely changed because I feel like if you're working for a company and you're getting a salary, bro, you kind of, I watched a video the other day on TikTok, you're a servant, bro, because the company is getting richer, the CEO is getting richer, and then at the end of the year, at the financial year, they're banking 10 million or whatever they're banking, and then you get a pizza. Like, that's bullshit to me, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, it has its pros and its cons, if I could keep it basic.
Oh, no, absolutely. I just feel like certain people are more comfortable with that. Certain people don't have that drive to be self-employed, to manage people, because if you're building a company, you need to be good at managing people.
Correct.
You know, their income is based off of how good of decisions you take, right? Which is a lot of people who are like against capitalism say, you know, the rich get richer and everything. But there's one point that we should not miss out. That guy who's the owner of the company has the most risk associated.
Correct.
Right? Because the worst that can happen if the company closes for an employee is that they'll lose their job.
And they can go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But for him...
But that guy's bankrupt. That guy's done. He could...
Unless, bro, he's a hustler, you know what I mean? He can have... I feel like in this life, you need to have a plan B. You need to know what's next, bro. Even if you're making 10, 20 million, whatever it is, you know, whatever the amount is, bro, you got to have that plan B. You got to know what's next. Because, again, just now your company goes south, you know what I mean? And everyone leaves, or there's better offers out there, you know, and then, boom, you're left alone. So you got to know what's next. And, again, managing people, bro. Trying to keep them within the business, bro, you know what I mean? As much as you can offer incentives and stuff like that, it's also about building a personal relationship with your employees. You know what I mean? A lot of these employers, bro, they don't even know the name of some of the employees or anything. I think you got to tap into that personal, you know, sitting down, getting to know the person. This is who I'm hiring. This is where like they come from. This is what they can offer me. You know what I mean? Some of the companies out here and everywhere else, they're just hiring, you know, every Tom, Dick and Harry just, you know what I mean? So...
I remember visiting Kareem's office in Dubai, and it's one of the co-founders, like one of the main guys behind it is Pakistani, which is like a proud thing for me. Kareem is like one of the biggest startups in the Middle East and beyond. And I was seeing they had this on the walls. They were like, if anyone's mistreating you, if anyone's being disrespectful, there's like an anonymous like. I believe it was an email address or it was something where you can contact HR and anonymously report that person. And it also said that you guys are owners, not employees, right? So making people feel like it's like an actual family. Like you have an ownership share in this, right?
Like, I mean, I worked for one company back in SA, and the day I joined, the CEO, the boss, whatever you want to call him, he was like, take this as if it's your own. You know what I mean? And when you have that said to you, or you put that in your mind, bro, you're going to put in the hours, you know what I mean? Because then you're going to also benefit, you know? Regardless of the salary you're getting from the 9 to 5, maybe afterwards the CEO or the boss will be like, you know what, I really appreciate your work. Here's a little something extra, or take some days off with your family, or, you know, what do you need, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
So, I mean, shout out to that guy. I think it's Ahmed Awal who does the car rentals, bro. I mean, what a business, bro. What a business, bro. You know what I mean? What a business, bro. So... yeah.
I know that looks really... I think that guy got a Cybertruck recently.
Yeah, 3
and
or something like that, bro.
Someone who was renting it hit the bump, not the rear bumper. I don't know if that's what it's called. And he had to like get it imported from America and like get that. So yeah, that's insane. But what are your thoughts on materialism? Like excessive materialism?
Bro, like, again, you see, like I've had, again, the both ends of the stick, you know. I was fortunate enough, I turned 18, I got a car, it was cool. I wasn't driving like a chunky car, you know what I mean? And then I've had the other end of the stick where I've appreciated, bro, walking, you know what I mean? Walking to the shop just to buy a Red Bull or something, because I had no car, bro, and I had no money to get a taxi, you know what I mean? And I took my family took a financial turn, so I couldn't even go to my dad and be like, give me some pocket change, because he had no pocket change for himself even, you know? Yeah. So, yeah, bro, like for me personally, like I like cool things. I definitely like cool watches, cool cars. I'm into cars. I'm into the cool things, but it's not my be all and end all, you know. I can also be happy just living out in the forest, bro. No Wi-Fi. Really? Cool with my fishing rod, bro. Maybe with a hunting rifle. I like those kind of things as well. And then at the same time, I would like to own a Ferrari one day or a Lamborghini one day, because I like those things. But it's not my be all and end all, you know. I would rather chase being content with myself, my inner self, you know. That for me is the main goal, I think.
No, I think that's very mature to think like that.
What's your output on it, bro?
Bro, because of my beliefs, basically, I'm a Muslim. For those that don't know, God says in the Quran that He created man in the finest of forms. So my purpose, and like I'm an entrepreneur and I want to make a shit ton of money, right? But my goal is eventually, like, I want to leave the world in a way where it's better than how it was when I came in, right?
Yeah.
So
sure.
it's not for my sake, because I eventually want to, like you said, live in a forest, with a rifle, maybe a nice cabin and all that stuff, like a comfortable lifestyle. But I feel like these things are not for me. I want to make money in a way where it directly benefits other people,
Obviously, yeah, like I would love to make enough bank because I want my generation to continue of my family.
Yeah.
I want to have a little boy, 2 boys, 3 boys, so they continue. And definitely I want to make enough so that they can start themselves. I also don't want to give it all to them, because I know people where it's been give it all to them and they're nothing to them. You know what I mean? They keep calling their dad, like, I need this, I need that. Like, I'm not that type of person. You know what I mean? Like, I want to
make them value what hard work is.
Yeah, and just value life, bro. You know what I mean? Because when you get put into that casket or your ashes get sprayed, whatever they get sprayed, bro, you're taking nothing with you. You're not taking that Rolex. You're not taking that Lambo. You're not taking that pretty lady. You're not taking, whatever. You're going in there as you came, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For me, it's basically, I want to become wealthy in a way where it makes other people wealthy as well, if you know what that means, right?
Everyone's got to eat, bro.
Like, if you have a business, you essentially make a certain model where you're taking people that otherwise do not have access to facilities where they can make a lot of money, but you're giving them that access, right? Like let's say in a village in Pakistan, right, that earns like under $1 per day. You give those people a chance to be productive. Like, let's say they start manufacturing high-end goods, for example, right? You give them those skills, they make that money, and that goes directly to them. Instead of you putting 90% in your pocket and stuff, like you said with the CEOs and stuff. So yeah, man, that's on to the next question, which is, what is one piece of advice you think is very popular that people give out all the time, but you think is bad? Like, people should not be giving that advice.
That's a tough one, bro. What piece of advice that people give out?
Or you think someone told you to do something and that just ended up really badly for you?
What could I relate this to, bro?
Or maybe you can think about this and we can move on to the next one.
Yeah, let's get back to that one. Let me think about that one. I'll get back to you.
Is there a conspiracy theory that you seriously believe in, that you think could very likely be true?
Bermuda Triangle, bro.
Really?
Yeah, bro. I mean, what was that movie called with that guy? Where he becomes like a giant, but he had to go through the Bermuda Triangle.
Was it Jack Black?
I don't know. I can't remember the movie's name, but I think that's the actor, eh?
Actor, yeah.
Yeah, he also acts in School of Rock.
Yeah.
That guy, yeah. Bro, yeah, I think I've never been there. That's something I'd love to do, to actually go see what happens at the Bermuda Triangle.
Mr. Beast actually did a challenge there.
Serious. I don't really, to be honest with you, bro, I don't really watch these YouTubers and stuff like that. But tell me about that. What did he do at
I watched that a while back. I don't know if it was in a yacht or not a yacht, like a small ship, and nothing really happened. But I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot of talk about that. People come up with a lot of.
But again, bro, you see, with conspiracy theories, bro, I think you as a person need to go out there and see it for yourself, bro. That's what, my take on everything, bro. Everything, whether it be, even going to banned places in the world or dangerous places, bro. You need to go there and experience those things as yourself. You know what I mean?
You want to hear a crazy story, crazy theory? This is, for the record, not accepted by the majority of the scientific community. It's considered pseudoscience, but how the theory of evolution is, we were apes and then we became more and more intelligent, we developed fire and all that. So there's this one guy in the 90s, he was trying to come up with an explanation of how did this suddenly happen, right? And he was like, when we were apes, because of the desertification of Africa turned into a desert and humans started to migrate, humans got access to a certain type of mushroom, which was psychedelic.
I don't even know about this, but that's crazy, yeah.
So he's we were dumb animals like apes, according to him. And then when we ate those
suddenly
psychedelics, we unlocked essentially consciousness.
Okay.
And it improved our focus. It improved the language section of the brain. It improved cognitive abilities and stuff. And that's how, according to him, we evolved further. And this is called the stoned ape theory because the ape got stoned.
Basically.
And apparently this was a part of human diet for a long time.
Like, did they just keep eating this?
Yeah,
all day, every day?
Yeah. They
and
kept
the more they ate, the better they became?
Exactly. They kind of got addicted to it because of how it made them feel. It made them see things. And this is what he thinks led to the creation of science, philosophy, culture, language, which I think is very interesting.
Obviously taking the brain to another element, basically, and just expanding, bro.
Yeah. Because I believe this guy is like a big advocate for legalizing these and stuff, which I do not support. I don't know. That's not really my expertise, but I think it's an interesting theory. I'm not saying I believe it.
That is quite cool, bro. I didn't even know about that. That's quite interesting, bro.
It's pretty cool. It has like a lot of people within like the community of people who take mushrooms and stuff believe this.
Psychedelics, yeah, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
psychedelics.
also, like, to tap into that, I've also heard like people doing like something called DMT, bro, where like for you apparently it feels like 6 hours and you connect with yourself differently, but in reality it's only 15 minutes and you have to have someone that's in a sober state of mind to obviously bring you back. Like, to be honest with you, it's also not really my cup of tea, bro. I try to keep things natural as possible. Even when I have a headache, bro, a lot of people like take a tablet. Like, that's a piece of, let's get the piece of advice, bro. Like, someone's always, like, my mom always will tell me, like, take a headache pill, or my girlfriend will always tell me, I don't like doing that, bro. For me, I just don't like it, you know what I mean? I'd rather sleep it off or something. I don't like putting anything into my body that's although I have done it before, but recently that's not natural, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's
I kind of, if I don't have to, if it's not necessary, if it's not like life-threatening, then I kind of avoid these as well.
Yeah, basically.
I prefer like the more natural, because bro, one thing that really messes with my head is if you look at the amount of like plastics that we use, if you look at the amount of, dude, I was buying like this is embarrassing, I'm 22, but I like still buy jellies and stuff. I don't know why. I don't vape, I don't do any of that stuff. I'm like, this is the lesser evil, right? Not saying that I judge people that way, but so on the back I read this line where it says this can be potentially harmful, and I'm like, bro, these are just jellies. These are candies.
But you don't know what's going.
What do you mean,
that, bro?
So, like, it just messes with me, bro. Like, we have like plastic everywhere in our body, and we don't even know
about it. Yeah, like, what are we actually consuming, bro? Like, I mean, coming from a background of like I said, my father, I don't know if I mentioned it, but my father was like involved in the meat and stuff. But he always tried to be different, bro, making sure what he puts in is as natural as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen some things, like I said, bro, of the stuff that goes into these meat products or any product, bro, it's absolutely crazy, bro. It's absolutely crazy. Even the other day I was watching a TikTok of a lady describing sunscreen, bro. It's apparently absolutely the worst thing for you to do is when you go out to the sun, do not put on sunscreen. She explained it in a way where if you want to go, I was actually even telling my mom about this the other day as well, because my mom loves going to the beach and spending time in the sun. And I was like, this lady actually said, bro, all you need is 15 minutes on your stomach, 15 minutes on your back, and then under the umbrella, bro, and do not apply sunscreen, bro, because that's how people get like skin cancer and stuff like that, and cancer, bro, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Bro, you want to see something crazy?
Show me.
This is what watermelons looked like hundreds of years ago. Like, we didn't have watermelons, you know? These are man-made.
But the more you cut into it,
it's
because it has the pips and stuff.
It does, but these were not,
it's just not as red as it is now,
as red and juicy as like, it was more like seed. And so humans basically bred them in a way where now we've got watermelons, and same with bananas and like a lot of the fruits that we have. So that's,
bro, like, interesting topic, like where my grandfather lived in Portugal, bro, like, yes, there's supermarkets and whatever you need from there you can go get, but majority of the stuff, like, he would plant his own onions, strawberries, lettuce, millies, all that kind of stuff, his own grapes to make his own wine, bro. Like, where I'm from in Portugal, bro, it's mostly natural living, bro. Like, we want to eat chicken, bro. There's chickens running around in the farm. We go grab one, we kill it, and then we take off its feathers, and that's
really?
what we cook, bro. You want eggs, bro. You don't go
All
to
natural.
the supermarket to go get the eggs, bro. The chicken's obviously going to lay the eggs. You go get that egg. And what was fascinating about it is, bro, and I actually realized this, is when I broke an egg from the supermarket or whatever, it came out like nice, white, and, you know, not, I made scrambled eggs, sorry. So it wasn't like as yellow. When I broke this egg from my grandfather's garden, bro, it was so yellow, bro. Like, I don't know what's the difference between it, but I think, again, natural light, bro, the sun, and then again naturally from the ground, you know.
And you know, in Pakistan we have this thing where we call it like Desi chicken. Desi basically means like it's not like it's farm raised. It's not from the factories and
Yeah,
stuff.
they're not putting like lights on it or
Yeah.
whatever, bro.
And bro, I've seen like if a chicken leg, like a chicken leg is this big from like KFC or like the market, the Desi chicken, like the farm chickens, it's not as big. It's like this big, but it's
Yeah,
natural.
because that they bro, like there was this actually there was I don't know, it wasn't, no, it was actually true, bro. There was this farm back in South Africa that I think got shut down, bro, because of what they were doing with the chickens, bro. They were like putting them in like a big ass factory, and then like certain times of the day just shining lights on them, and then also just like injecting them apparently with like extra water. I don't know what they were injecting with them with, but yeah, apparently it was, they shut that factory down. And you're actually correct, bro. I've done the same thing where with KFC, bro, your drumstick or whatever, it's huge, bro, and then with the natural one that you get like maybe from the farm, bro, it's nice, calm, cool, small, you know. Even if you deep fry it, bro, it doesn't get as big as that KFC one. So yeah, I think with the products that they have to keep it, they have to spray it with something or put something in it, bro, to keep it, as well as like with the fruits, bro. Because if you keep the fruits out for a while, when they display fruits in a shopping center or in like a market, they display just in the open, bro. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a fan keeping it cool, or whatever. But after a while, it's gonna start rotting.
Yeah.
So I believe though that they do put something on it to keep it lasting longer in a way, you know, which is not healthy for us.
Bro, this is absolutely disgusting, but it's interesting, so I'm gonna bring it up. I saw like you know, these days you might heard of like lab grown meat. So like they grow the meat in the lab, and they just say it's better ethically because it doesn't have like a brain, it's just meat, and you're growing it and you're eating it and all that stuff. Okay, so I saw this thing on Reddit. It's like a photo of a design of a genetically modified organism. So let's say you have a cow. It's got 4 legs, but this genetically modified organism, it does not have the head. It only has the body. And it has like 10 legs. Okay. And
So interesting.
basically it does not live. It does not exist. It does not have a brain or consciousness. And you just extract the meat from that. I think it's disgusting.
Yeah,
gross,
no, that is,
but
bro, that is, I've never heard of that in my life.
we could
but
be
that's-
heading to this future. Never know.
See,
like-
I don't know, bro. I don't know if I'm up to do those kind of things, bro. You know what? That's like crazy.
I'm not-
bro.
you can-
Like, does it even have blood in it?
I think it does. The only thing they say is that it
So
doesn't
then it's
exist.
synthetic blood.
It's all
basically.
synthetic, yeah. And for me, I think it's gross, man. I think it's disgusting. I think humans are meant to be omnivores. Like, you literally analyze your teeth. They are made for cutting meat.
Exactly, yeah.
And for...
I've got these 2 canines here from.
Of course, yeah.
I love meat, to be honest with you, bro. I love meat.
Same,
Like, I go out sometimes with the boys and they like medium well, and I'm just like medium rare, bro. I come from a meat background, so.
Yeah.
But if that ever turns out the way you said it is, bro, I think I'll become vegan, to be
Same,
honest
bro,
with you,
same.
because that is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, same. I can agree with that for sure, bro. All right, so closing remarks. I'm just going to ask you one last question, bro, and then we wrap this up. This is going to be on the internet, right?
Okay.
And we can see it 50 years down the line. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Like, look at yourself in the camera and just give yourself a message. Adriano, from 10 years from now, what do you want to say to yourself, your future version?
Bro, I want to say, like, well done. Well done for getting, if I make it there to those 10 years, well done for getting there, bro. I mean, the way the world is going now, it's absolutely crazy. But I definitely see myself being a family man. I do want to have a family, like I said. And I just want to be the best version of myself, bro. I don't want to aspire to be like anyone else. I just want to be me, you know. Like I said, since a kid, like I said in the beginning, I've been different. You know what I mean? I've always considered myself. You know, when you play X's and O's, sometimes you want to be cool and you put the X outside the box, bro. Like, I'm that X, bro. I want to be that X outside the box.
That's an amazing example.
Yeah, a lot of the people these days are, you know, like, I want to be like Ronaldo, I want to be like Messi, I want to be like Jeff Bezos, I want to be like whoever, you know. I just want to be Adriano. I want to be me. That's how God created me. AB, bro. You know what it is, A to the B.
But we got AB de Villiers.
So, yeah, AB, shout out to him as well. But, yeah, I just want to tell myself in the next 10 years, keep keep going, bro. You know what I mean? Even after that, another 10 years, let's see how far I can push it. I don't think we will. One thing I want to say is I don't think we will live. For example, I have I think he's my great grandfather, bro. He was born 1900, 96 years, bro. Died 1996. I believe our generation won't reach that age. So just keep pushing, bro. That's what I want to tell myself. Keep pushing.
I got one thing to say to that, and that is inshallah.
Inshallah.
All right, man. It's been a pleasure, bro. I hope to have you again sometime.
Thank you, my brother.
Take care, bro.
Appreciate
and that's
it.
a wrap, guys. See you later.